Good afternoon, everyone. Jason here. Today is May 9th, and this is your aftermarket update. All right, so we had a good day here at the Oil Trading Group, but it's really not where I want to put my focus here today. What I want to focus on is this live training event that we're going to be conducting on May 25th. So if you have been watching our videos over the course of time, you know that we provide you with these unique, what we call market maker levels. They are dynamic support resistance levels. And if you've spent any length of time with us, you know how accurate these levels are. Well, we are going to be conducting a training session on May 25th. And I'll spend just a couple of minutes here talking to you about the levels and the way that they looked in the market. And actually, I want to show you two entry points that we got into. So I don't want you to think that I am just cherry picking entry points on the chart. I want to show you where we actually got filled today. So let's talk a little bit about the CL. We'll get started here with the CL today. So these levels come, there's three different types of levels. There's overnight levels, which give you support and resistance prior to the pit open. So they are valid in the overnight session. You can see here on the CL how price just kind of rotated between these two major levels, right? So we found this support here at the structure mid. We rallied, came back into it again and rallied, and then we just sort of rotated around that until we got to our open today, right? So there is, I guess I need to turn these on first. So that blue line represents the pit open. Those are your levels that get formed up based on price and time cycles on the overnight session. And so we'll turn these off for a minute, and then you see how they form. So what we were looking for here today is this daily structure target, right? We were looking, first of all, the market opened up underneath the daily structure signal, and you could see that the market really rotated around that for quite some time. And so what we are looking to have happen, if the market doesn't come up to this structure mid, then you would be looking for it to come down into this daily structure target underneath it. So the market just kind of rotates around, and we end up getting in here this morning, and the market kind of rotates around a little bit, then comes back and double bottoms out and takes me out there at break even. So that was one opportunity that we took today. I'll turn these off for a second, and then you had these revision signals. So where you're going to see me get in today is you're going to see me get into, and this is, I'll show you this entry here, right here off this daily revision signal. So what happens is this daily revision signal, you would be looking for it to come up to the revision target. Now, actually, to be completely transparent, we were looking for it to come up a little bit higher into this daily structure mid. So this is a revision signal, also happened to be the structure signal that was down here. You found support at this area. In fact, you found a triple bottom where you're going to see me get in and that trade. And I'm not going to show you the whole trade. I'm just going to show you just so you see that we're not cherry picking here. We did get in off of this level here on your revision. Now, technically, you'd be looking for this revision signal to come up to this revision target, and the market comes all the way up into that revision target, and that is where the market began to roll over. Now, here's what's interesting about that. We talked about this in the trading room here today, so I'm going to expand this out just a little bit. If you turn on the time zone feature here on the indicator that we give you, this is inside of the 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. swing zone. And so you don't, that's the time of the, if you don't know what, familiar with that on the CL, between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. Central Time, there is a time frame in that slice of time that the market will have some sort of reversal and will lead to a larger move on the day. Now, an hour time zone is a really wide time frame, so sometimes it's hard to really get a feel for what the direction's actually going to be, and you don't actually see it till you look in hindsight. But right up here today into this revision target, came off of this revision signal. You had a nice little reversal here, right? One hard red bar to the downside, followed by a quick rally off of this support area and right up into this revision target. So these market maker levels gave you a really clean opportunity here, and this is the one that we took in the trading room today. So I'll show you the entry on that here in just a few minutes. But the market then hits in that to that revision target and then starts to fall apart here fairly rapidly. So I'm going to turn these off for a minute, these revisions, and we teach you how to use these and how to kind of differentiate between these. But here's what I want you to notice. We came here from this structure signal down to this structure target, right? We couldn't make it to the level above, hit this structure target, and almost got to within 4 or 5 ticks of this structure mid. and then you would be looking then, if this thing were to fall apart like it did, you would be looking for it to come down into this daily structure extension 1. That's what you would be looking for here today. And then, of course, the market comes down, gets to within a couple of ticks of that area, right? Gets to within a couple of ticks. That was 70. That is 74. That's 77 for support resistance levels. That's close enough. And the market comes down one more time and then hits it almost to the tick, and then begins this process of selling off. Now, you don't have any additional levels underneath you with your structure, the daily structure levels. So you turn on this, and this gives you context. That's why I like to keep these on at the same time. So you got here to the revision signal. You ended up closing a bar below the revision signal, and you came down into your revision target. And then that is where the market stopped on the day, is down into that revision target underneath you, right? So if you take a look here, this was the support. So really these levels, if you know how to read them and know how to interpret them, they really gave you a nice clean roadmap into what to expect. Now, after the pit close, you get your overnight levels come together immediately. And what I want you to look at here is you see these after the pit here, you had your next set of overnight levels kick in, and then the market rallies all the way up into right after the close, kind of hover around, and then the market close sitting right on top of your structure mid. So again, you get levels for overnight session, then you get a set of levels after the pit open, and then you get a set of dynamic support and resistance levels that form up as the market begins to go through the different time cycles. And we're going to teach you how to draw that. On the ES today, this is where we got in long. We always go one tick, generally one tick above the level. And right here at the daily structure mid is where we were looking to get in. We had a target up here at, we were going to go just a couple of ticks. Actually, we got in at 36.25. This is 36 even. We got in, 96 even. We got in at 96.25. We had a 4-point target on this. Ended up with 3 points today. And you can see here how we just kind of just rotated around. We had that quad top. When you turn on your revision signals here, right? You turn on your revision signals, and let's turn off the structure for a minute. So this first revision signal kicked in, and the market really gave you opportunities to get short, right? Comes back up, gets to within, you got to within, this could have given you an opportunity to get short at this revision signal up here today, and then you got to within a tick of the revision target. So you went from revision signal to revision target there. So we're going to turn these off. We're going to turn these off again for a minute, and we're going to look at these structure signals. And again, we teach you the difference in when to look and those kinds of things. But right here, we got the 3-point ES trade. So as the day continued to develop, you went from, you could not quite get to the daily structure target up above. So what you were looking for here is a move into either the structure signal or the structure target down underneath it, and then maybe even as deep as the structure extension 1. And then the market just kind of goes through. And as the market ends the day, we got a sell off right there into this daily structure extension 1. So you went from not being able to reach the structure target, which is a tell, that's at 24 even, and the market sold off for just about 15 points. Not ticks, 15 ES points, 60 ticks. And then really just kind of walked your levels all the way down till you got that daily structure extension 1. And this is exactly what you would expect to see. And then as the day closes out, you rallied to the tick off that daily structure extension 1 and then rallied. So if you turn on these overnight levels here, these form up at the end of the trading day. You've got your next set here of structure levels, overnight levels, and you can see where those formed up. So again, this is not complicated, but not easy. And we're going to spend one training session going through. We're going to teach you how to draw the levels. We're going to teach you how to apply the levels. We're going to teach you the context. We're going to show you how to interpret the order flow around those levels so that you can make good decisions. And that's what this whole training is going to encompass here on May 25th. So what I'm going to do here is I showed you a couple of the ES trades. I just want you to see, I just show you the entries really quickly here. I just want you to see that we weren't cherry picking, that we actually traded these in the live trading room today. And so I just want you to be able to see those. And then I'll be right back with you. So without further ado, here are those entry points on the trades. Well, you've got a considerable amount of liquidity above you here and below, really, on the CL. There's 96 quarter, hit but no fill. Okay, in at 96 quarter on the ES. There's 99, and I'm in. Stop at 93, actually. All right, so that was just really quick. Just wanted to show you that we were not cherry picking these levels in hindsight being 2020 trading, that we actually got filled here. We actually got filled here. We had taken a stop earlier in the day. We got filled here. It rallied up a little bit here. It came back and took us out of break even, then rallied up. And we had a stop out, a small stop out, and then we got long here. And this long here was from this 98.99. I kind of showed you this earlier, but just so you know here, that was 43 ticks off the move, off the structure target. And then we had, of course, our ES trade today, where I showed you where we got long. Let's turn these back on, where we got long off of that structure midpoint, which was right here. And our target was 3 points, or sorry, we had a 4-point target. It actually went up well, let's do it this way here, right? So you came up to this quad top, and we trail stopped it at 3 points. So the entry was here at quarter, and it went up to here. So that's 3.75 points, so we protected 3 points of that move here today. So again, these are our market maker levels. We are going to be conducting a live training session on May 25th. Inside of the web page where you're going to be directed to be watching this video, there'll be a link to that page so that you can see the details of that market maker level training. So again, this is a rare opportunity to get a trading vendor like myself to show you and pull back the curtain on how the indicator and the information is calculated. And that's what we're going to do for you in this live training session. So again, as always, I want to say thank you for watching the videos here at the Oil Trading Group. And until next time, I want to wish you good luck and good trading.